I was walking along a canal side in Venice when I found myself in the midst of a group of revelers. They wore a fabulous array of masks, some beak-nosed, others brightly feathered, and some even spun of fine glittering wire. I bowed in greeting and gave them such a surprise that one tripped, turned, and then tumbled into the canal. Her friend seemed drunkenly unconcerned and fell about in pealing laughter as the woman cursed and thrashed in the dark water. "Will you not help her?" I demanded. "She is your friend." One of the revelers wiped her eyes. "Fiammetta enjoys an occasional dip in the canal, especially when she drinks." Another drunken youth agreed. "It is the only time she bathes." Fiammetta had dragged herself over to a flight of steps and hauled herself up. I looked her over. Her mask was long gone and her fine clothes ruined, but her eyes gleamed. "Who are you?" she demanded, seeming to see me for the first time. Her friends made various kissing noises and suggested a variety of improbable roles for me. "A clown," said one. "No, no," another interjected. "An agent of the Pope." Yet another added sotto voce. "Fiammetta's foreign lover," which caused them all to laugh as Fiammetta cursed them with an admirable thoroughness. I don't know what sotto voce is. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I don't know what that is. Is that like soft voice? Is that like whispering? Is like Fiammetta's foreign lover? Ha! I think that's what. Yeah. Okay. I understand now. I think I understand. Better educated people than me can tell me in the comments, I'm sure. Anyway. I introduced myself with a bow. "Passepartout at your service." "What manner of creature are you, Signor Passepartout?" she demanded. "I'm a valet." "And what is that? Some sort of policeman?" she asked. "No wonder you stick your nose into affairs that do not involve you." Her friends laughed, and I bristled. "You are very rude," I observed. "Do not mind Fiammetta," her friend remarked softly. "She is angry because of her work, and because of what happened to her brother." "What is the matter with her work?" I asked. "The blasted squirrel, they're the matter," Fiammetta interjected angrily. "They think they can replace me with one of their empty-souled machines." "Shh," her friend implored, looking suddenly sober. "Do not curse them so loudly." "How can they replace you?" "They can do anything they want," Fiammetta continued, heedless. "They control all of Italy, but they will not have my canals." What in the world did that mean? I slipped back to Monsieur Fogg as the revellers opened another bottle of wine to appease their canal-sodden friend. We can depart to Budapest. Did I want to go... Oh, hang on. Did I want to go to Budapest or did I want to go to Bucharest? They have many of the same syllables. That's, Did I have anything, Is it this? Ah, yes, it was this that was valid in Budapest, so I want to go to Budapest. Wait, which one was I just looking at? Is that one Buda or Buca? It is Budapest. From there, we can probably actually get on with our journey, actually. Budapest, that's where... our valuable here, worth 320. I'll be worth a lot more. Wait, it actually... kind of valuable. Is this the most valuable it's going to be? We can go via Rome. Where would we go from Rome? I don't know what routes would be available to us from Rome. I don't know any... I guess if I go to Budapest, I actually... Yeah. Let's get on this, because we can go now. Yeah. This is going now. It's fine. I should have probably done more at the market there, but this is leaving now, and it's kind of going towards the area where I know the routes, so I can make quick travel. So that should be okay. By good fortune, we happened upon a tradesman who was setting off for Budapest in the early evening with a cartload of supplies. We hopped cheerfully aboard. I shall attend to Monsieur Fogg. Kinda thinking maybe I should have looked at some routes, but whatever. Our journey was marked by strange noises from the back of the cart, but our driver did not wish to tell us what the cargo was. Monsieur Fogg was thoroughly uninterested in the cargo, so we let the man's secretive attitude pass and settled ourselves into the little cabin of the wagon. I'm maybe going to try not to meddle with stuff so much. It is my experience that meddling with things and going, "Ooh, what's this?" often seems to end up with us, like, crashing the vehicle or something. It doesn't end well. Even if your natural curiosity is like, "Ooh, I want to know what's in the back of the wagon." We arrived in Budapest by a spectacular road that curved down a vertiginous slope. Its beauty enthralled me, and I did not want the journey to end while Monsieur Fogg was eager to be moving on, and did not wait in the cab a second longer than needed. "This man is supplying the Artificers Guild with something," Fogg remarked as we disembarked. He held the lily tattoo under his arm. I did not ask how or when he had seen it. It was the only plausible explanation. I had not realized that... I didn't ask how or when he had seen it. It was the only plausible explanation. I had not realized the artificers shipped their goods around using private individuals. I suppose I had assumed they wired goods to each other using other through glass tubes or such like. But, as always, the truth is more prosaic than any imagining. And now we know what was in the back. Market. Magnifying glass is worth... I don't know if that was more or less than the other place. A little bit more, I think. There is vodka worth £4. Quite sure we can sell vodka for more than £4 somewhere. Shaving kits worth 11. Meh. Apple's worth more than I paid for it. What else we got? Magnetic compass. Windscarf. Absinthe worth a lot of money in Moscow. I don't think I'm going via Moscow. That's a lot of money. That is a good chunk of money, but I don't think I'm going via Moscow. I'll take the windscarf. I will take the neck cushion, I guess? These are all cheap things that I'm just using to kind of, yeah. just the stuff that I might be able to sell for a little bit of profit. Shall I explore? Apparently there was no routes out, otherwise it would have said depart, so I think that's okay. I took a few hours to explore, investigating the various options for how we might continue our journey. Plan. Nothing popped up. I already knew everything. Oh, Lord. Right, so... Bucharest departs tomorrow. Belgrade... Oh, Thessaloniki is the one departs tomorrow. £96 to there. How much is Bucharest? Oh, really? We have to go via Thessaloniki anyway. That's the only route to Bucharest. So... Why is there... There's a line between Budapest and Bucharest, but that's not the route that you would take if you were to go to Bucharest? What's the other route? I don't know what the other route is then. And I don't have anything specifically that I need to sell anywhere, do I? There's nothing that's got a, you need to be here to sell it kind of thing going on. So... Thessaloniki, then to Istanbul is kind of in the right direction, I suppose. I'm kind of feeling a little bit sort of directionless here. I'm not sure exactly where I need to be headed. Meteora Valley, Athens. Do you want to go via Athens? I know something about Izmir. What do we know about Izmir? Oh, that's to do with the driver, isn't it? Yeah, okay. We'll go to Thessaloniki tomorrow. We shall spend the night in the hotel. I shouldn't need to worry too heavily about money anymore, I don't think. A dusty-jacketed Englishman at our hotel recommended a restaurant called Clemens to Monsieur Fogg. The Magyars make an excellent broth, he promised. Ominous words indeed. I'd never really been one for advice from dusty-jacketed fellows. Nor for that matter Englishmen on the subject of gustation. Monsieur Fogg was set on the matter, however. I concealed my trepidation with professionalism. We settled to dinner at Clemens, where our soup arrived in a gleaming silver tureen. My master, a man of impeccably high standards, even remarked upon the tureen's flawless polish. At which point it exploded, splashing myself, Monsieur Fogg, and an extremely bewildered waiter in admittedly delicious salmon broth. Fellow diner had been struck by the edge of the tureen lid and was bleeding from the temple. What just happened here? I don't know what just... Why did that explode? That was not a thing I expected to happen. Oh my god. Why? Why would it explode? Soup doesn't explode. I rushed to his aid, pressing a napkin to his head while my master looked on, unperturbed. The head chef had, by this time, emerged from the kitchen. He pointed towards the wall and began a voluble rant which needed little translation. The broth had splattered the ivory wall in the intricately curved shape of a lily, unmistakably the symbol of the Artificers' Guild. I examined the ruined tureen. Right at the bottom was a tiny automaton, the size and shape of a scarab beetle. It was rather clogged with soup and a bit dented, but its metal legs were still kicking. Clearly it was responsible for the symbolically exploding soup. I pocketed it swiftly, while everyone's attention was otherwise occupied. It had the same lily etched into its hammered thin wings. I looked around at the chaos caused by a single bowl of exploding soup. What did you do to the guild? Our waiter sighed. They were banned by the Emperor, so we could make our own imperial automata outside of their control. The guild is growing more vocal in its objections. Personally, I thought the guild was growing heavy-handed. It was one thing to have a political dispute with the state about the production of automata. It was quite another to start ruining perfectly delicious dinners. We stayed for the main course, but did not enjoy it. The incident had rather shaken my confidence, and I could see even my master was concerned. How many more exploding broths could our precarious journey survive? Our funds have gone down a little. Let us depart, and I now have a scarab. Where am I taking the scarab? What's the scarab worth? In Antalya. I don't know where Antalya is. Oh, yes, we're going the right way. Istanbul. Wait, what? Hang on, this was supposed to leave today, wasn't it? Istanbul? Oh no, oh yeah, I gotta go to Thessaloniki first. I was thinking I was there. Ooh, cutting it fine, yes. Ooh, just caught the last bit of the Orient Express. I wouldn't really know where the Orient Express runs, actually. Orientally, I suppose, to the east. The Orient Express company ran a spur line from Budapest that swept down the length of Europe to Athens. It originally stopped midway at Belgrade, but we had no reason to stop in Mittel Europe anyway. So the lack of a station was of little consequence. Relations have improved slightly, and our character is now suave. Yeah, Monsieur Fogg needs attending to. Starch collar, very good indeed. Despite knowing to expect it, I could not help but gasp as we swept through the empty husk of Belgrade. It seemed home only to ghosts. It was like a perfectly preserved museum exhibit. To all appearances, one might believe there had never been people here at all. Quite what had happened, no one truly knew. The roads, houses, viaducts were all still standing, the gas lamps still burned, but not a single voice cried out, and not a door or shutter moved. I asked Monsieur Fogg his thoughts, and he sighed. I fear that our age is seeing a great experimentation in warfare, much as in every other walk of life. I fear so. Indeed, he replied, but at least the trains move faster. His answer seemed to me as bleak as Belgrade itself, but as the Orient Express left it behind, it carried us towards a long evening of gentle wines and candlelight, which went some way towards lightening the soul. Converse. We shall converse with the Madame Guard. Show me your ticket first, please. Yes, monsieur, how can I help? Can we get from Thessaloniki to... I don't know where I need to be. Ask about Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is named after the sister of Alexander the Great. Can we get from there to... Why is that one highlighted yellow? Is it possible to travel from Thessaloniki to Izmir? I believe so. One can travel aboard the Aegean ferry from Thessaloniki to Izmir, but the journey is a tiring one. From Izmir to... Antalya is a place I need to be. Goodness, is that the time? Bye. Oh. That's not where I need to be, is it? I need to be to Istanbul. Istanbul then to... Yeah, the route I already knew was the one I needed. I should have combed Fogg's hair. We arrived at Thessaloniki station in northern Greece in the morning. We disembarked without delay. Standard. Nothing exciting going on there. Seems to be no departures today, we should explore a little. Ugh. Istanbul. Wait, what? There are no departures today? Yes, there is. Yes, departs in 35 minutes. A little bit... When he said there's no departures today, I was literally just going to be like, oh, well, let's go browse the shop for a bit. That would have made us late. Can't be doing that. Can't be having that at all. We boarded the train promptly, despite a crazed man who blocked our path. He was trying to tell me something, and I paused to listen. The artificers, he hissed. They aren't content to just make. Believe me, they long to destroy. I asked him how he could be so certain, but he merely tapped the side of his nose and answered, Wires! We nodded farewell and stepped onto the train. I will attend to Fogg. We still know the route. We still got a route ahead of us. Getting a bit concerned about where we're going from Antalya, but hey. The coastal route train from Thessaloniki to Istanbul appeared to be determined to go the long way around, as if the builders had preferred to stay in sight of the sea at all times for the good of their health. It was a fair distance, but it was still terribly slow, with little to occupy one's attention. I fell in with a middle-aged Greek couple who were going to Istanbul to meet their daughter. I asked them about their journeys through the Middle East, but they shrugged. Our daughter is studying in Alexandria, the mother said, so we've been to Egypt, to Luxor. Tombs there are most incredible, but we never crossed the Red Sea. Well, the train pulled up at Sergeki terminal, and I waved the couple off as we disembarked. Istanbul, well, we shall make some money. Yeah, we can complete the dusty road gear, or I can sell... That's not what we sell. What was I selling here? I had in my head I needed to be here for some reason. What do I need to be here for? I don't need to be here for anything, do I? Oh, Lord. Southern Hemisphere timetable. Probably not so much. That's... Oh, that's worth a bit of money. Yeah, I'll sell that. Vodka's worth a little more than I paid for it. Railway whistle's worth nothing. That's probably more than I paid for it, I think. Driving goggles are worth next to nothing. I'll take those. Air sickness pills are worth next to nothing. If they're worth more than next to nothing, I'll take them. Should I take the Southern Hemisphere? I'll just grab that, just see what routes actually appear. I'm just very intrigued as to what you get out of that timetable. That's a weird timetable to be picking up, kind of in Istanbul, I feel. I don't like carrying so many timetables around, it just takes up inventory space, but I'm going to be selling off 2 of the European timetables very soon. And to be honest, the Southern Hemisphere does kind of seem to get neglected in my experience. It just seems to be way easier just to accidentally wind up doing the Northern Hemisphere routes, and I would really like to see some of the stuff that this game has to offer in the Southern Hemisphere, other than, you know, winding up stranded in the Amazon. That's less fun.